This next question we received publicly to our email address that we have listed.
Oh, okay.
Which I find rather gratifying because it means we don't know them personally.
I would ask that more strangers send us emails, but I don't know who I would be speaking to.
Who are they? We humans live in a patriarchal system, and we encounter all of these problems and solutions within various branches of science, products of trial, error, and observation. Then I observe and investigate more about other species. Aquatic species, for example. There are some marine species who live in a matriarchal system.
Mm.
I wonder if we can learn from each other and teach each other in various forms. Why not learn and evolve from other species as well? This without compromising their overall well-being, ecosystem, and their evolution.
Mm.
Wondering if it's possible to find a balanced spot in the middle of both systems, for us as nature to continue to evolve. Would our society improve or not with the balance of patriarchal and matriarchal systems?
Would you like to?
Rather deep question.
Very, yeah.
This question for me essentially concerns two things. The relationship between man and woman, and also the relationship between mankind and the various animal kingdoms.
I see, nature.
Mm-hmm. The questioner says, we live in a patriarchal system. Our society is structured in such a way as to give dominance to men. And she says, observing other societies, animal societies, we see their social structure is put together as to provide dominance to women. Then she says, observing these societies, perhaps we might learn from these societies as to establish a human society in which there is a balance between men dominating women and women dominating men. Would you say this is the question?
Given the breadth of the question, I would also include a question about systems, organizing around systems, and the wanting of improvement.
Mm-hmm. What is the right way to build a better society?
Yes. How should I integrate what system? And the right way, is it? What is the relationship between right society and improvement?
Okay.
A lot of material to work with.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Very.
Mm-hmm. Where shall we begin?
Is there an essential division between men and women?
What can be said of the masculine and feminine reality? Oh, I see. Essential division. Perhaps not essential.
Observing the world, there is a division between men and women.
Yes.
Is that division actual in their very nature, or is that division put together by thought?
Right, and I shouldn't be so hastily to say essentially reunited as mankind, because then there might be an essential division between man and nature. So I mustn't be so hastily to identify some essential unity.
Or peripherally I'm divided, but essentially there's unity.
Ah, I see. It becomes an abstract thing. But we're interested in the actual fact of unity or division. Okay. So observing the world, there's a division between male and female.
Men and women.
Oh, I see.
There may be a relevant distinction.
Well, yes, we want to go into this very carefully, not use words too lightly. I say even my suggestion of masculine and feminine might not quite do it, because you might have feminine forms expressed in the masculine. Yes.
Feminine men and masculine women.
Yes. Which might not express quite the division we're speaking of.
So is there necessary, essential division between men and women? If there is, inevitably from that division, there must be conflict. And so in face of that conflict, finding a way to navigate that conflict, balancing various strengths, deficiencies, group interests, and so on.
Eliminating dominion.
Society is effectively organized, productive, more or less healthy, men dominating in this sphere, women dominating in the other sphere. But it may be the case that actually, essentially, there's no division between men and women. That the division between men and women is put together by thought.
That is to say, unnecessary.
I have an image of what it is to be a man, an image of what it is to be a woman.
Their relative advantages, disadvantages, benefits, costs.
From there, I make effort either to conform to the image, resist the image, deny the image. Doing likewise for the other.
I see. Conforming as a sort of dominion. Potentially tyrannical. And then mirroring that movement in the supposedly opposite sphere.
Real men don't cry. Why is she behaving like that? That's not ladylike.
Or no, real men do cry. If you don't cry, you're not a real man.
Vulnerability is our strength. So various forms of conformity and rebellion to these images.
And we're asking, if we balanced out some conformity and some rebellion, would society be better?
In that there's still conflict.
And so the question becomes, well, what do we want? Is dominion, potential tyranny, necessary at all?
We've put together these images of men and women. And using these images, society pressures us to conform, act, perhaps with certain flexibility, in certain ways. But for the image of man or of woman to have influence over me, I must have these images.
I see. For them to have some authority,
Mhm.
they must exist in the first place.
Mhm. So I can only have an image of what it means to be a man or what it means to be a woman in relationship to the image I have of myself.
I see, not merely exist, but have some prominence.
Mhm.
They could just exist
Mhm.
without prominence.
Mhm.
I see. And in relation to yourself, you said?
Mhm.
I see. I am a man.
Mhm.
I am a woman.
Mhm. I have certain expectations, certain responsibilities as a man, as a woman.
This is how men express their masculinity
Mhm.
or femininity.
Mhm.
I see. So inwardly, internally, I'm participating in this conflict. Either by conforming or rebelling.
Mhm.
And I may even observe other societal structures, and members of that societal structure conform differently to different images.
Mhm. So in observing the relationship between men and women, am I observing that relationship as an observer, separate from that relationship, or I am that? I've put together this relationship as it exists in the world. So there can only be observation of the relationship between men and women with clarity, without distortion, if one is to observe that relationship without an observer, which means to have no image of what it means either to be a man or to be a woman.
I see. In the observation of the disorder, in relationship of man and woman, in the observation that I am this disorder,
I've put together this disorder has put together me.
I actually put it to the side.
From then I can inquire, what is the actual relationship between men and women? Is there an actual distinction between men and women that's not put together by thought?
Right. What is the operator that's functioning when I say certain societies are masculinely oriented or certain societies are femininely oriented? Like, why do I say that?
Observing without the observer, is there any meaning to these terms? Is there?
Right. I see. What is sex? What is it actually?
The experts have said there's a distinction between sex and gender. The people who study this kind of thing.
I see. The experts.
They've said gender is put together by thought. Gender is a social category.
Socially constructed.
Gender is prescriptive.
While sex is a biological construct. Deeply rooted in our biology.
Hormones, the form of the body, chromosomes, such and such. But without depending on the experts, is there an actual distinction?
Right.
Not just to accept it because that's what the experts say.
Because authority might be entirely unnecessary for our education.
If there is an actual distinction between male and female, is it necessary that the functioning of the brain is limited to this distinction? Is it necessary that one's action be a response to this distinction?
Right.
Be born of this distinction?
Right. And if it's limited to this distinction, that would mean that you have a masculine brain and a feminine brain.
Or a male brain and a
Female brain, yes. And in its limitation, it would not have access to the other, by its definition.
The male brain has a relationship to the male brain that it does not have to the female brain. And also a relationship to the female brain it does not have to the male brain.
Right. And vice versa for the female brain, yes. And if so-called communication takes place based on this fact,
the actuality of sex places a limitation on one's relationship, one's communication, the functioning of one's brain.
Because I listen as a male brain, as a female brain, relating to a female brain, relating to a male brain. If that's the fact that I'm facing.
So is it necessary to function
in this way,
in terms of this distinction? Is it necessary to carry it over, to give it continuity? Which is not a denial, which is not ignorance, which is not callousness.
Right. Not to reject a man or reject a woman,
but to observe the world with its relationships and oneself without ever saying to oneself, that's a man, that's a woman.
Yeah. Well, not saying this is the category you belong in.
If there is an actual distinction, not conditioning that distinction to our knowledge of it, and also finding out if it's necessary to function in terms of that distinction.
I say, can I access the whole breadth of humanity? Wanting to find out if I could ever love a woman, if I'm just a man. Or a man.
Or not to love a woman merely as a woman.
Yes.
Also, a question was put concerning the relationship between
Oh, yes.
man and animals.
Yes.
Humanity and animals.
Yes. Well, man is an animal.
Man and the other animals.
Yes.
They've said, can we learn from them? I wonder if we ever learn from another at all. What does it mean to learn from another? To learn from another is to observe, to question, to inquire, think together. From that process, accumulating knowledge. And in that, thinking to oneself, I have learned. And in thinking to oneself, I have learned, no longer learning. So actually, to think that one is learning from another is a denial of learning.
I see. It's merely a receiving of the necessary data. Once the data reception ends, then learning.
So learning is not from another.
Not per se.
I can accumulate knowledge from another. I can observe necessary technique from another,
Collect new data.
acquire various skills. But all of that is not learning.
Even the acquiring of the new skills, I wonder if I get it from the other person.
Quite?
Yes.
I see. But collect the necessary information, is what you said?
Yes, data.
Data.
Yeah.
I may gain certain proficiencies in that relationship. Develop my capacity.
Sure.
But all of that is something less than learning.
Or so some people say.
That's what's being said. Which is an actual fact. So actually we don't learn from others. I can't learn about myself from another. I can't learn about... I was going to say you can't learn about life from another, but actually you can't learn about life. Which is not a denial of relationship, which is not a denial of the value of another, which is not a denial of the capacity of education in a relationship.
I see. Almost a celebration of their significance.
Because in that, I'm not limiting the other to what I know of them.
Yeah. Figuring out what I can learn from them. So-called.
So in that relationship is love, care, responsibility.
I see. Different kinds of animals can love one another. It's an exciting prospect, my friend. Well, because though the question is posed this way of biological categories, mankind, other animals, one might consider one man and another to be of different animals.
I have no possibility of understanding it.
I see. And any further qualifications? Unnecessary. I see. If you take offense to this, your own damn fault.
Because I have my experience, you have your experience. I have my knowledge, you have your knowledge.
But
I have my opinions, you have your opinions.
But in this lack of understanding, perhaps love.
You're saying you can't have total understanding of the other. Actually, you can't have total understanding of anything. Understanding has a relationship to distinction. Understanding has a relationship to time. Understanding has a relationship to life. And so, with all of that, understanding has a limit. To understand understanding is to be aware of that limit. Then you're saying also in this relationship to this question, we should take up the question of
improvement.
And society.
It's a big question. Well, that's how the question ends, you see. Won't this improve it?
We want to bring about a better society. Because society is relationship. Without relationship, there's no existence.
I see. Society not as one society or another society, which might be expressions of a relationship, but in fact, like the fact of society. And without society, there may be no relationship.
Society is relationship.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You could scale it however you want to, really.
So part of living a good life is to bring about a good society. What does it mean?
In fact, without good man, there's no good society.
A bad man can't bring about a good society.
No. Not possible. So I must be good. And in fact, for this to be good, I can't be in conflict with the bad.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm a good man and I live in a bad society, I can't go to war with the bad society.
Mm-hmm.
Because in fact, then I'm a part of the bad society.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, a bad man.
So good society is not brought about through control, through
Domination.
suppression, forcing others to conform to a pattern.
No, it won't do it. And so, improving upon variations of lesser and lesser control, lesser and lesser dominance, lesser and lesser violence, whatever I think the bad things are, less and less bad won't be good.
Mm-hmm. If the relationship to the bad man takes place in thought, acting from that relationship, there's conflict.
Mm-mm-mm.
With that conflict, deterioration.
Mm-hmm. If I seek to improve the bad society and turn a bad society into a good one,
mm-hmm.
in fact, the resulting society won't be good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Or so that's what's being said.
I only know what's better in relationship to my knowledge of what is worse.
Uh-huh. And so I think, yes.
Measuring the worse against the better, seek out the better, which is still a modified form of the worse.
Uh-huh.
And so part of the bad.
Right. So it might eventually become bad again.
So a good society is not brought about through thought, whether that be economically,
yeah.
religiously,
Yeah.
politically,
tyrannically.
A good society is not brought about through thought. Just to end the bad, in ending the bad, being good and acting from that goodness.
Like acting goodness.
Which is not my action.
It's good action.
Okay. I think we've taken up this question fairly comprehensively.
Yeah, I hope you have not rushed through it. It's a good question.
Good question.
Yeah, rather appreciative of the question.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.